Thank you for tuning in to Ace Point of View. If you're here watching, salute yourself. It's December 31st, the end of 2020. A lot of people didn't make it. Give thanks to your creator, all your loved ones that helped you make it through this journey. It's been one. But we can't move forward unless we recognize the past events of 2020. So at this time, I want to take a moment to remember Breonna Taylor. If you've been under a rock and don't know who Breonna Taylor is, she's a 26-year-old woman that was murdered by the police. I say murdered by the police. And within the last few days, those officers that murdered Breonna Taylor were fired. I repeat, they were fired. That's a smack on the wrist. Police murder, they get fired. Police murder, they get paid leave. Police murder, some cases they get standing ovations. Police murder, not a damn thing happens. So I want to take a moment of silence, whatever you want to call it, and remember Breonna Taylor. Let's do that.
A lot of people have heard that heartbreaking list of black males, boys and men who have died in violent encounters, often with the police. But what many don't know as well is that there is also a list of women who have died in the same astonishing way. But instead of celebrating, her family is in mourning, seeking comfort in her memory.
In that brief moment where people forgot about her for 2 months at a time, people need to know that Breonna Taylor mattered and Breonna Taylor was great.
On March 13th, Breonna, a Louisville EMT, was shot 8 times in her apartment by 3 plainclothes police officers who were executing a no-knock search warrant for someone else. Fearing intruders were breaking in, Breonna's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, a licensed gun owner, fired a shot, and the officers responded with 20 rounds in return.
Brittany, you said 26. Where was she shot at? I don't know. She's on the grill right now. I don't know.
A fatal error that took the life of a young woman who had dreams of being a nurse. Her name won't be forgotten. Breonna Taylor now joins a sad list of other women like Sandra Bland, Tatiana Jefferson, Tanisha Anderson, and Yvette Smith in a tragic roll call, a reminder that black women are not exempt from police brutality. They are by no means less tragic than the names of George Floyd, Michael Brown, Trayvon Martin, Philando Castile, Eric Garner, Tamir Rice, and Freddie Gray.
The erasure of black women is a consequence of the fact that we don't know their names, and so therefore we don't know their stories. Say her name attempts to make the death of black women an active part of this conversation by saying her names. If black lives really do matter, all black lives have to matter.
You murder. You do anything that these police do nowadays, and not saying all police bad. I'm going to keep it real as I can possibly keep it. That's like all black men aren't bad, all white men aren't bad. Shit, in some cases, all killers aren't bad. Because if you got to kill to preserve your life, I'm fine with that. But when you kill out of malice or pure stupidity, pure ignorance, we all should have a problem with that. So for me to be happy about police being fired for murdering people will never happen. I can imagine how her family feels. And some would say they took a payout, I repeat, payout of $12 million. I remember when that happened, some people they shouldn't have took the money, they were paid off. Key word being paid out. When you cause damage to someone's property, You're going to pay out the insurance. You're going to pay out to them. Sometimes you want to settle right there at the accident scene. You're admitting guilt. That was the biggest payout ever for a crime of such, and there's been many. There was a reason for that. So if they want to save face and say they're not admitting any guilt, I call BS. I call bullshit. It's the new year. It's the 31st. Let's just call it like it is. So how we gonna move forward when we're wrapping up the new year and things like this still happen? Are we gonna salute? We gonna salute the fact that they were fired? Hell no. I will salute when they are in prison, when they are charged for recklessly murdering Breonna Taylor. Hey, you. If you enjoying any of this content, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Keep your boy motivated to keep bringing you these news stories, keep bringing you this content, keep coming through, doing what I do. Much appreciated. Then I want to go back a minute and remember Tamir Rice. You know, the 12-year-old that was gunned down within 3 seconds. Damn, could have gave him 5 maybe. Gunned down within 3 seconds for playing with a toy gun in a park.
The Department of Justice has announced that they will not be pressing federal criminal charges against the 2 Ohio cops who were involved in the 2014 shooting and killing of 12-year-old Tamir Rice. Now, there was video evidence of what happened. I believe that the video evidence is rather clear, and a 12-year-old who was doing absolutely nothing wrong was shot and killed within 2 seconds of cops arriving on the scene. The DOJ is arguing that there's a lack of evidence to pursue prosecution. Someone had called 911 with some concern that there was someone at the park with a gun. A guy with a pistol was the words used during this call. But the caller also said the gun is probably fake.
No charges filed in the Tamir Rice case. And 2 officers fired in the Breonna Taylor case, in the Breonna Taylor murder, in the Tamir Rice murder. So that's why I chose these topics today. I just wanted to take time out and pay my respects to Miss Breonna Taylor and to that young boy, that young soldier, that young king, Tamir Rice. They both had so much potential, the whole world ahead of them, and it was snatched from them at the hands of the so-called law. Imagine that. To everybody that has supported this channel since it started, along the way, for a minute, I want to thank you. Thank you. Because you kept me motivated. You kept me enthused about hopping on YouTube. You showed support. I will be back with breaking news as I can break it. I'm a human, small network, very small channel. But I'm going to do my best, man, to keep bringing you what I can bring you in 2021.